Welcome on back everyone to Total War Warhammer 3 in part 2 of our Morghur the Shadowgave campaign. In today's episode we are here in an alternate timeline as the previous one was once again eaten by the warp like our Scarstic campaign, but after doing a little bit of troubleshooting and since we were only 4 turns in, it was easy for me to just play back on through. I was hoping we would get it exactly the same as last time, but it is not the case. Cloud has not come on up to attack, or at least resettle the ruins of Larit, which is probably much safer for him. And so we're going to do things a little bit different this time around. I'm going to keep Morghur here in the raiding stance. And that should allow us to do a little bit more damage to this army, but hopefully he will have the actual faction leader joined back in the next turn. And if not, we'll just go ahead and burn it down. And that way we can eliminate one of our enemies, because we're going to have so many Bretonnians to be fighting. They're all dealing with their first kind of minor settlements off to the start. They're minor factions that they need to face. And as soon as they deal with those, they will be turning their gaze to us pretty quickly. We'll also be dealing with the rules coming out of Athel Loren down here, which is way down to the south this time for us. We're going to be having to smash our way across quite a bit of land before we get there. I'm interested to see what all factions are in between us and the magical forests. So what we're going to do is we're going to stay here, which is a little bit boring, but we'll gain up a little bit more gold. And it will also, because of Morghur's and spoiler rating, do a bit more damage to Maravetch's forces. We'll also get to see if a tier 2 village, or whatever it's going to be called for there, is going to give us a little bit more devastation once it does upgrade, which would be great. Maybe just 6 instead of 4? I don't know that that's actually going to be the case, though, because the Oath Prophecy is already a... No, it's also building up to tier 4, or tier 2, rather. We shall see. Either way, let's go ahead and end the turn. Alright, in one extra turn, it gave us all the opportunity we needed. Claude is now ready to be attacked. And if you were kind of experiencing the same kind of bugs, basically what was happening is I would load up the game, and it would get about a fourth of the way through the loading bar, and then it would just crash. And that was happening both with this campaign and Scarstic's, even though they both had different... This one's rolling with SFO, and the other one had no such overhaul mods. You guys at war with anyone right now?
Deliver your missive and then get from my presence.
Annoyingly, destroying this settlement would give us no devastation. It's not built up just yet. So what we will do... This one does indeed give us 6. Let's move up and destroy Usin. There is no faction leader here, but I bet you anything he will summon his happy self on down to the Oath of Prophecy. Claude does have the opportunity to attack Castle Artois, which would be just a nightmare. There's no way we could defend it if he does. Man, so even though I would prefer to go after this... He's not at war with us yet. We could take that, that gambit. Surely nothing could go wrong. Jamotheus. Otheus Craft. The name of a protagonist in a really old school western. Peasant mob, and they've got a few extra pox arrow bowmen this time, so they'll be slowing us down. Do they have anything besides just the poison? Nay, they're but peasants with stinky arrows. I think we can handle that. Give us a close victory with medium casualties, and we will not be having any, giving any of them to the auto-resolve this first bit here. And the reason we actually have lost so many already is because I gave the initial Castle Artois battle to the auto-resolve, even though it was showing as, I mean, just medium casualties like this. We lost a whole bunch. It wasn't quite so medium. So let's go ahead and take the fight to good old Maravetch. Alright then, let's get the lads set up, and all of what I was saying previously about the saves was basically just to go into that, anyway, let's see. This didn't work out so well last time just because they immediately retreated. Let's go ahead and do kind of a double layer of archers on this side this time. They'll have the lads pouring through the woods, but I think that'll be fine. And then we'll have you two. Basically what we've done to try to alleviate the issue, and it's worked so far, is we've just added in the mod configuration tool, which is going to help out with actually managing all of the mods that are active. And it should help lower your overall save size. That's all of our archers deployed. Let's grab the Ungor herd next. cavalry, and then the Papas in charge, who sadly cannot Vanguard deploy, but we can just send them straight on in either way. I'll pull the archers back a little bit there. Don't want them to be seen right off the bat. Don't mind sacrificing some of my spear herd here. And well, I think we'll have some of the other spear herd hiding in the wings, waiting to help out. Just be a big nuisance. We'll have the axe Ungor in the other gaps, ready to rush up. Be a little bit closer on that side. These guys are going to be a little bit weakened, and they could be pretty easily butchered by those archers. Have the Razor Gore in the middle here. Centaur is taking one angle. I'd like to come out of the woods if we can help it. So let's grab both of them and chuck them into this section of the forest. Spooky, scary Centaurs. And last but not least, the Chaos Spawn. I am going to have one of them tearing out of the woods and then the other trying to lock down Maravech. He is highly likely to charge right on into our archer squads. Let's rush them. Let's move this whole squad forward. Axemen up as well, and then the spears can rush around that outside. Lots of readjusting coming out of Maravech, so we'll send Morghur and the Doom Bull straight after him. Same thing with you there, Spawn. I think we'll just lace those guys with rusty arrows. Now that they know where we're at, they should turn and start fighting themselves. Rain of Death. Reminds me a bit of playing Dol Guldur in the Divide and Conquer campaign, if you've ever gotten the chance. We're going to charge these guys straight into these missile infantry. I don't think there's anything there that's willing to stand and fight. Rotate the squad, that way everyone can actually start firing all at the same time. Pull these spearmen back. Oh, Maravech disappeared, that was the problem. Alright, we'll just butcher this front line then. One back around because I see these spearmen here. We'll do our best to be a nuisance. Surround, let's charge these, spawn directly into the peasant mob that are left. Keep coming through their chariots. Getting bogged down is a quick way to get butchered. You charge here, you guys fall back. Let's have all of these archers blanket these men-at-arms and arrows. Chariots, you come on in through, and we'll just run them down with both. Peasants aren't much of a threat. Spearmen come back to the line. And these archers all scoot forward so they can start adding their flying death to the fight. Morghur does need to actually touch one of the units to have them turn into spawn, so let's get him towards these mob. Spawn and the Doom Bull, or the Gore Bull, can go after the Lord there. The Gore ambush is ready. Start sitting in the individual spearman units now. You guys fall back. Send the spawn through after the peasant bowman. Weakened Centaur can go after the bowman in the back line. And we'll send the chariots through as well, just to start disrupting things. Here to charge the Centaur. Spears to work. Secondary charge as well. They're trying to draw our Centaur back in the trees. Let's pull them away, that way they're not getting caught by any extra men-at-arms with spears. These lies charge in and just start blanketing the peasants and arrows. Move up and start taking shots where you can. I think we'll just have the speed units chase them off from here. We get Morghur to impact this unit so that way they turn into spawn. Oh, we already have them. There they are. Oh, there's the victory all the same. It's a really bad day to be a peasant of Bretonia. Fortunately for you guys, it appears it's your blood she demands. For the good of Bretonia. I'm gonna ride down as many of these peasants as I can, and I'll catch you all in a moment. Alright, it decides to give us a close victory after only losing a 33. I guess we used a little bit too much of our ammunition, and that was such a waste on all those peasants. Scores, and it's scores of kills for the lads that get to chase lads off, so they get a ton of extra experience, which is amazing. At 78 dread gained from the fight as well. All in all, a bunch of good stuff. Let's go ahead and grab the loot and raise for a little bit more gold and the bestial rage recovery. Ritual of Ruin is now available in Castle Artois. You have caused enough devastation to now perform a Ritual of Ruin at your Hearthstone. Performing the ritual will prevent others from colonizing ruins from the or within the surrounding bloodgrounds and grant you Marks of Ruination, which will elevate your Warherd status. Alternatively, you may continue devastating the bloodgrounds as much as possible to perform the ritual later to gain the maximum Marks of Ruination. This is what we are absolutely going to do. We're going to wait a little bit longer, try to destroy more of the surrounding area before popping a said ritual. Got ourselves a Sword of Battle. Sadly, it's not an actual ancillary. It will help out with our overall healing potential. And on Morghur, no, I think we want this on our Gorbol here instead. Make him even angrier. Morghur himself, though. We'll come on in and grab the Fetid Gallipot to help out with that replenishment rate. And then once we sort replenishment rate out, we'll switch over and start working on the post-battle loot. Hidden encampment. Come as close to Claude as we can. Might get unlucky and he just chooses to go after Artois now rather than later. Rather than let our corruption fester. Let's go ahead and grab ourselves some Beastmen Warhounds to try to run down the artillery and crossbows in the back line there. I'm to go for the ritual just because I don't want to lose our Hearthstone shard. It would be a nightmare. Right, we've got no more rewards of dread we can get to. Is there actually any diplomacy that we can partake in? We can trade? I could have sworn the Beastmen are completely unable to trade. I mean, I'm not going to grab a non-aggression with you guys, but why would we make any gold a turn? That is bizarre. Instead, we'll just go for the non-aggression pact. And take all of your monies. And none of these other. Because it isn't like the Beastmen to trade. That's weird to me. It's like the 4,000 total favor, though. Morghur, we could build in for you a raiding party. Extra movement range for all armies faction-wide, and then just more income from raiding. Problem is that uses up your growth, and we need to get the Hag Tree Copes before anything else, so we wait. The upgrade available. I think that's just with Morghur himself, so we'll skip through. And we tentatively skip the turn. Hopefully Claude doesn't get aggressive. The Rawhead Reavers have been destroyed. And I don't know if I've already said it, but that is a unfortunate name. They need some cream. Can we get down to the Oak of Prophecy this turn? Because the Claude retreated, which means we can hit Larret, but I think it'd be best to try to wipe out one of the factions we're currently throwing down with. Since I think we've got Lewin up in the north here, because that's where Roan is. Roan's up here, which means we've got Lewin to deal with. And Lyonesse is over here, so that's as likely where Joan of Arc is currently brawling. So let's go ahead and move on down and crush Chilfroy. Sorry, my friend. It's just not your day. In charge of the Morghur, it's going to give us a decisive victory with low casualties. Yeah, that's not much in terms of soldiers. Let's give this one to the auto-resolve to see how bad a low casualties is for us. Still lose about 400. It's pretty abysmal. Gain a Shield of Tolos, though, which will be great against all of the other missile units we face. And we'll go ahead and raise an advance. And by advance, I mean we stand right here.
Lord. The marks of ruination accumulate at your hearthstone, awaiting...
Hush up, old man. Claw has been destroyed. Morghur is a butcher, which gives us more attrition when under siege for all of our enemies. Sounds great. Sometimes we stand and do nothing. Or we run away half the map when we raise something, and other times we don't. Let me know in the comments if you know what actually triggers that. I don't know. We've got a lot of replenishment coming on back our way. Let's go for Gathering Herds for even more experience. Fueled by blood. Extra speed. Manbane gives it more attack. Strength, and Crown of Horns is strength for the whole army. Slugskin. That's very boring. Rune of the True Beast. I want to grab Manbane. Morghur the Manbane. Let's first, though, go for the Fetid Galleypot. Maximize our replenishment for fighting everyone that is in the area, and then we can start helping out with everything else. What is in your retinue area here? Raiders or destruction? No, let's keep making you better in combat, so let's go for a bit more armor. Just completely ignore that melee defense for now. Any more we can recruit? We could increase our capacities for regular gores. Ones with shields at least, but I'm not going to. Not yet. Alright, Morghur. Put on over here and crush Lariat next. We need just one more turn of growth to put in the next upgrade to our Warherd, so we'll keep waiting there as well. Onward. A mission issued. So we do need to establish a trade agreement with a faction. I didn't think we were supposed to be able to trade. Sure. A black hobbled crow flies across the sky. In its wake come the beasts, reptiles, mewling cats, frenzied cattle, boars, and others driven mad by something they have witnessed deep in the forest. Famine fiend stalks the land, emerging from the woods to leaving nothing but barren wastelands, or wastes and withered crops in his wake. For that is Slugtongue's curse. Oh, he's the Nurgly Beast Lord. Oh, he ruins everything. Thank you, Slugtongue. We'll do then is go into the hidden encampment. Move up towards Lariat. We need to be close enough that we can defend Artois if we need to. The next goal is just smushing Lariat. While we're here, we shall upgrade the Hag Tree Copes, and then we'll grab the Marks of Ruination upgrade for our Birdstones. Cruising right along. No, that's not what I want to do. Thank you for having a confirm button. And those are free. Perfect. In a single turn, we'll be able to get the normal Gore Herd, Tusk Gore Chariots, and Harpies. Fantastic. Let's go ahead and grab that trade agreement then with Plan Morbidius. Or Morbidus. It is indeed Morbin time.
I am great powerful warlord.
You don't look like it. You're getting crushed. I can take all your gold in the meantime, though. 4,000? Yeah, sounds great.
Yes, so. Norska.
Norska, indeed. So is there any of these items we can grab that are fairly cheap? Campaign movement range, a battle-scarred Ungor Raider. He's not the best. He's not a blind eye of seeing, but movement range sounds great. I'm buying this now. Give that right away over here to Morghur. Yeah, you can definitely keep the Shield of Tolos. Well, that might also be better on our bull. Here you go, buddy. You need all the extra survivability. Great big axe, and I don't know where you're putting the shield. We don't ask. Oh, hello there. Lengi, looks like they want to throw down. I take heart, then you die. Oh, they absolutely want to throw down. Alright, Bretonia. A ride to war. The dark moon has come just at the right time, so Morris Leave is ascended, usurping the sun's revered place in the firmament. The world is awash with its sick and terrible hue. Such an event is almost unheard of. It is a call to the Beastmen every 10 turns or so, a sign that the herd has an opportunity to dominate. Lead them, Beast Lord. Seize glory. So our solar eclipse gives us a whole bunch of goodies. Ruination, extra magic, corruption, and post-battle loot. And then we get when one falls for fully replenishment. No matter how far, for 75% more movement range. Almost fight is even more dread. Beastly inclination. 30% more weapon strength and 15 charge bonus. Sold. Time to run the lads over. Claude.
Warrior of Sigmar.
Hello there, Talbert.
I am a lord of Bretonia. Never.
We're about to throw down with all of Bretonia all at once. Well, let's also add the Empire to the mix. Why not? We need to make sure we do retreat towards Castle Artois, though, after we destroy it. Let's come this direction. That way we should be able to, basically, when you destroy it, usually you move backwards down away from the settlement. So that's what we're going to try to do. Before we declare war on
Don't
Claude,
waste my time with
he
petty
is at war
talk.
with no one himself. How boring. Destruction for Sigmarsheim. It's going to give us a close defeat. There are a lot of Imperials here. You guys managed to build up quite aggressively, didn't you? Out on the open field, too. That is going to be pretty difficult. We definitely have the means. That is going to be very difficult. No cavalry except for these outriders means we can just run them down pretty quick. They've got 85 speed as opposed to... they've got exactly the same as our Centaurs, but our Warhounds should be able to run them down. We're much faster than them. Very much outnumbered, though, aren't we? Glory for the Dark Gods. Right, Operation Bamboozlement is a go. There's so many Imperials. The chances are good they're just going to stay back and wait for us to come to them. So what we are going to want to do is hide our Ungors. You don't want them close enough that they're going to be able to be shot up by the artillery. Go ahead and do 3 here, 3 a little bit further back in this set of woods. We will grab the other Ungors. Spear lads are the most expendable. We'll keep them on front. Still hiding them in the woods where we can, though. They are going to be hidden just because of their stock, but try to help out with targeting from artillery and cannons. Will definitely help out. Some spears in the woods over here. They have a lot more infantry than we do, which is weird to say. Our troops are hitting like trucks. Even the normal Gore, who are pretty weak in a typical fight. Really, the chariots are, except for they're not infantry, so they're not getting the buff there. What we are gonna do is hide the chariots, keep one of the spawn teams out with the Bull and Morghur. Hide all of the other very fast units in the woods. Both of them are not hiding in the woods. There we go. Seems to be a limit on how many can hide. So we'll grab the speedy anti-artillery units, or infantry. I'm gonna keep them all in guard mode. They're not advancing too far. Alright, so we really need to pull the artillery away from the rest of the unit, try to get them all attacking this squad that they can actually see. Let's do it. I'm gonna send the Bull and Morghur up, even though they're much slower. They're gonna think they have advantage, they should start streaming towards us. Should. Us having magic would help out quite a bit here. The forces of the Shamrock. Sending the Outriders round that way. Actually, is going to work out for them pretty well. Let's make sure our hounds can respond. They're about our only unit who can actually catch them reliably. Send them across. The rest of these guys, cavalry that is, can move up through the woods slowly so they're not wasting any of their energy. It may just be moving into a more defensible position. He did attack them. I think surely they can see that they've got numerical advantage. Oh, now they're going to stream back through the forest themselves. Interesting. See if we can get the cannons firing on one of our heroes here. Not sure where they want to go. Now let's come into the woods over here. Spawn forward. Let you walk though, so we're not wasting too much of their energy. Should be in great cannon range. They're gonna be willing to try to fire. I don't want to advance my unit yet. We are gonna get blanketed in arrow fire. But we could start coming up into the woods here and prepare an ambush. Bring the chariots wide, keep the spawn in their positions as well. They're not going to be able to see any of our gore, but I think the AI knows they're there.
Chaos.
Come on, mortars. You know you want to try your luck. You two move up a little bit further there. Walk as to not cause or draw too much attention to yourself. They're definitely aware of what we're doing over here, which is highly suspicious. In fact, they're completely ignoring where they can see our units. That's funny. Alright, you guys start moving up the sides. And we'll have the... They're just gonna... I think they're trying to avoid the hound dogs at all costs with the outriders. So if the outriders get into the woods, they'll have a harder time retreating, and then we get them. By the time they see our Cyndigors, it should be far too late. No, they are going to manage to escape. We caught a couple of them. Let's pull one of the Cyndigors back, because they'll start getting targeted by the cannons pretty much immediately. Actually didn't catch very many of them. Fall back, everyone. Want to draw their lads into the woods? That works for me, although they're trying to uncover our hidden units, so we need to fall back. We're good. You definitely know those guys are there, though. Morghur, I'm going to move up to this copse of trees, see if they try anything. Cannons are going to fire on our chariots and see if we can dodge. Cannons and mortars both, huh? Tank often. They're trying. Back a little ways. There we go. I don't think they took any shots, but they were thinking about it a good bit. Okay, well, one of the artillery did splash down. Hound dogs, you come on into the woods now that you can lure them on out. They're going to try to keep the pikemen closer this time. Let's have just one unit of archers expose themselves. Everyone else fall back. They're still ranging shots at our Tuskors somehow. I have absolutely no clue. Morghur, you get over there with the boys. They're going to go very wide now. Should allow us to be aggressive. Need to punch through a single area. Move the spawn up this side here, staying out of range. They know they're being targeted, so let's go ahead and fall back our Ungor. They're just avoiding combat at all turns here. This is the one complaint I will give about the SFO. AIs, they try to avoid fights. More often than it seems like it should. If you give the attack order, they'll know they're there. So we're not going to do it. They know they're going to get shot. That's so silly. These guys are completely invisible, and so are the archers. recalculating my own thoughts here on how we break through. Got so many missile troops, but if we can keep them bogged down, it'll be nigh useless. We've also got a lot of halberdiers. The Outriders are going to go hide. I think they're just switching sides wherever our hounds are. They go the opposite direction. Oh, they're all blobbed up. Start sitting the lads in. Have Morghur go get involved with these crossbows here. So archers move up to the edge of the forest. Then we'll have the spawn. I think it's time almost to start sending them in. Try to send the Outriders after the Gorbel, so we're going to send him through. Which units disappeared? Does Morghur need Morghur in the middle of this? Sending the spawn in. We need to attack all in the same area, kind of all at the same time, so let's start sending the lads up, minus those hounds. The one unit of raiders we're going to use as fodder. Morghur, come on back. The Outriders are staying well away from our hounds. We're going to send those guys out as well. Hounds and Centaurs out the back. Razor Gore will send around the other side. Starting to fire. Send them in. You two there, Morghur. Go find someone and stop them from firing. Start blanketing those halberdiers. Definitely need the rest of the Bray Herd to start moving forward now. In fact, let's lock the melee units. Send them in. Jarrett's gonna get slaughtered. Okay, I think I managed to dodge a lot of the fire. It's not gonna go well for them. Send in the hounds, send in the cavalry as well. We need them to go well wide. Spearmen, stop them. Spawn are gonna get shot up, so we need the archers to get in and start helping out. ASAP. You guys find enemy archers and stop them. You guys do not fight the Centaur, go around them. Ridiculous. I go ahead and charge the Tuskors in here. Away from them. Let's not waste any more of their health than we already have. Chariots come through. Get those crossbows. Shut them down. Need to pull you guys away because they're fighting with halberdiers. Hound dogs come through. Oh yeah, the Jarrett's are getting some serious damage. Spawn are all rampaging, but they're doing the right thing. Beastmen back in. Let's keep breaking these crossbows. You guys come help out with these halberdiers here. Chariots keep coming out and away. Hound dogs back into the crossbows there. Lots of fleeing Imperials, which is a death sentence for them. And Gore come back on in. We'll have the normal Ungor go find some halberdiers. And same thing with all these archers, go fire on halberdier units. By far their most dangerous. He's fighting pikemen, let's avoid that. Same thing here, pull them away from those halberdier warriors. And the all attack forward. You guys keep hunting off these individual halberdier units. You guys keep back out. Chariots are having troubles with the pikemen, as you would expect. bring our bull back on in. We've got a new unit of spawn as well. Let's charge them into these halberdiers, break them. Morghur, let's see if you can find Loud. Or Shamrock lads. You make sure our chariots are still moving. We've only got 3 of them left, so let's pull them out of the initial fight here. That's unfortunate. There's a lot of you running for the hills. You spawn, come up and try to fight the Empire captain. I'm seeing a lot of white flags for the Empire. And there's the win.
They are wavering!
They are wavering. Speak for yourself there, fool. We've got lots of sacrifices to round up. I mean, a lot of them. I will catch you all in a moment. Alright, Skull successfully crunched. We claim a heroic victory. Didn't really lose all that many at all, and we were heavily outnumbered. We'll take it. 117 dread gained, and we'll go ahead and raise in advance the extra replenishment. That pulls us right next to Castle Artois as we wanted. Fantastic. We will go into... Be able to actually sit in the Birdstone? And why aren't we replenishing? We're not in the in-camp stance. That's a little bit unfortunate, but we
I will
can...
not blight my soul.
He's moving in march down to Oision. Oisalon. Either way, I would prefer Morghur's army be the initial walls. We'll switch into the encampment because of local effects. I see. So it tells me first we need to go into encampment, and second we need to do something else entirely. Alright, such is the way. I think it is high time. Well, we need 6,000 for the pit hobble. We add anything else in that would help us out? Extra attrition. Extra research rate. And then more post-battle loot. Or we could just grab the den, that way we could have access to the Razor Gore herd now or sooner. Which I think even stronger, speedy units are going to be pretty important to us. So let's do it. We are definitely likely to be attacked by Talbert and Genevieve as well. Or Genevieve. It's doubtful they can do anything. We will snag in here. We will rage for more melee attack. No, I think we'll actually snag a Manbane, so he's a little bit stronger. We can quickly grab the Crown of Horns to make his entire army stronger. We'll definitely grab training here for Rosgor, whom I realize we have not renamed to Kevin just yet. In my haste to get our save recovered. There we go, all fixed up. Kevin the Gorbull. And then from there, we await. Alright, we did manage to ambush Talbert, so we can actually ambush in the in-camp stance. I didn't think that was a thing, but now we absolutely know. So they did not see us, and we'll get a decisive victory. I think we definitely want to fight this one to make sure we maximize casualties to exactly where we want. I actually think the most dangerous units they have here are probably going to be these mounted yeoman archers. A lot of missile strength for a assistant guy on horseback. Alright, this should be a lot of fun. Let's charge in and crush arrogant Talbot. Alright, the important targets are going to be the knights and the yeomen. Start deployment. All the peasants up front, there's so many of them, 260 lads. So let's go ahead and grab the hound dogs. They can hunt his trebuchets pretty aggressively. Centigore for the speedy yeoman. And then we'll have our spearman herd ready to engage those knights as well. Pike lads here. There's going to be a lot of casualties to the archers if we don't shut them down quickly, so do these spawn. I'd like to have the spawn out front. They've also got bonus V large. Have the Razorgore chariots ready to rush in from out of these woods here. Archers I do definitely want behind, so we'll have archer the spearman squads spread out a little bit. Three archers up front. Most of them turn this angle. That's where our enemies are going to be coming from. They are able to hold the line at least marginally well. And the axe Ungors ready to stop anyone getting through on this side. Their job is just to hold the line for a moment while the Gorbull and Morghur finish off the Lord there. Morghur here, Gorbull on the other side. Units in there, groups. Hard mode for the Ungors, and everyone else can be in a squad. Beautiful stuff. Grab Morghur and company. Charge them right on in. Stop them. Blanket them in doom. Get this trebuchet before it gets to fire. The Omen are actually going to fight back against the Centaur, which is something I didn't actually expect. Or they may be just trying to escape at all costs. Yep, Spear Ungor, make your presence felt. That's working out pretty well. We've got Yeoman running all over the place though. Undogs, you go get them. Razorgore, you rush into these other mounted Yeomen. That bleed effect, brutal. And try to press through the line. It's a bold strategy. Rush in there, normal Ungor. Have you guys turn around and go up these mounted Yeomen that are pushing through the line. Really the Knights of the Realm we need to deal with. What is this final charge of the Bretonnian Knights? Mounted Yeomen versus Chariots is actually going our way pretty aggressively. We need to bring our speed units back in to help out. Holding the line over here pretty well. Spawn are dying in droves, so they need help. Chariots, you coming back through. Let these lads sit here and kind of keep overwatch on the area behind us. Make sure those Knights of the Realm don't leave. Charge the Chariots here. Gorbull and Spawn chase them off. You still have to worry about the Knights of the Realm, and here comes the extra reinforcements. That's your target. All as one. Spear Ungor head over here, then we'll have the leftover Spawn move in and deal with the Knights. Probably got a pretty good charge here on these Spear Ungor. They're desperately trying to escape before the Spawn catch them, though. No such luck. Now we see several Knights unhorsed and a victory for the Beastmen once more. Hell, you know what time it is. We gotta round up some peasants. I will catch you in a moment. Alright, now we do retain the decisive victory and only 34 gore fall. Fantastic. We are going to go ahead and nom on those captives. As we aren't able to replenish normally.
Has been issued, mighty lord. A great adventure beckons.
Thank you, Evil Santa. We'll get to that in a moment. This is actually, it's not the final battle, but this is the opposite side to the fight if you are on the Orion campaign. So I'll be fighting that one when we have a little bit stronger units. The enemy forces are going to be pretty strenuous. What comes in as reinforcements are pretty mean too. So we'll not do that one yet. Land Morbidus is gone, so we've lost our trade partners. But we have completed a challenge. Big Boar witnessed your many battlefield triumphs. The Dark Gods cannot deny that there are few races in the world worthy enough to truly challenge your supremacy at war. And then we need to recruit 30 new units that we can get in the works. So which one do we complete? Consume order. Sweet. That just drops cooldown and Winds of Magic cost for all of our Winds of Magic, or the spells that we have access to. Sounds good to me. Just move in and deal with Charlotte real quick. We do have a Lewin over there. He was the one that stamped out the rats. We'll just crush Charlotte. We gain ourselves another ambush. We'll just go ahead and give that one to the auto-resolve. Lose 400 beasts, which is a bit goofy. And we'll go ahead and get a bit more bestial rage. Fill up the bar. Sweet. We'll drop into the hidden encampment. Fall back a little bit closer to our tower. Although, could we, if we take down Grasgar Castle, how far can Lewin move? He can move forever. I bet we can take down Grasgar and retreat before Lewin tries anything. We're gonna take that gambit. Let's grab the Crown of Horns here to pump up the entire army. And then another point into Thick Skin for more armor. Awesome. And then here in the next episode, we will have ourselves a battle against Grasgar Castle. But for now, I'm out of time for today. I bet Space was Total War. Leave a like for the like god and a sub for the sub zone. I'll see you all in the next one.